All right, now we do need to get over to our meteorologists, Betsy and Jason. And you guys are tracking the potential here, Bets, for some severe weather tonight.
You can feel it outside. Something is going to happen, right? You get that buildup of the heat. You get the buildup of the humidity. We've been talking about a potent cold front coming in all week long. So the three ingredients come together, and indeed, the radar begins to light up. Jason and I have been keeping a close eye on the storms firing in southern Michigan. Notice it's a bit of a line. That is an important thing. There's one rogue storm in Erie County I'll tell you about in just a minute. That's Erie County, PA, by the way. But you can see these intense thunderstorms throughout southern Michigan and northern Indiana. Note the line is beginning to fill in. That's kind of a big deal because we are going to inherit these storms later on this evening. Not only are we dealing with very heavy rainfall, which is indicated by the very bright colors that you have here, but we're also seeing a ton of lightning. Remember, in the atmosphere, lightning is a sign of lift. We need lifting to get these big thunderstorms going. They punch up into some very cold air. You start to get some little ice crystals in the upper parts of the atmosphere mixing with raindrops. That creates static electricity, and you have this charge that builds up. And this is what happens. We end up uncorking all kinds of lightning. Just in the last 15 minutes, there's been nearly 200 lightning strikes around the Detroit area. So that's the type of lightning scenario we have setting up for later tonight. So yes, we have the potential for a very loud and rumbly evening. Again, I warn you, if you have dogs or you have young people, heck, if you yourself get a little nervous when it comes to thunder, you got a rough night coming. So maybe, take precautions, thunder shirts or tranquilizers, whatever the dogs need. I know everybody has their own way of doing things, but most certainly it's going to be a little bumpy for us. We're starting to see some little isolated pops of showers here in western sections of Ohio. That is significant because that could be a sign that we're going to start to get some of these isolated storms bubbling up. And as I mentioned before, we are tracking these east at about 40 to 45 miles per hour, and we are watching how this storm line evolves. It could speed up, it could slow down, it could expand. We could also get these isolated pop-ups ahead of it. For right now, though, what is on radar? We're looking at that coming through greater Cleveland 6 to 7 o'clock or so. Isolated storm chances notwithstanding. And that little storm in Erie County, that thing is potent. It's got some 2-inch hail potential in it right now. We're all under this severe thunderstorm watch until 11 p.m. That means heads up. The conditions are ripe for thunderstorms. Tuscarawas and Carroll counties, you are not in it, but that doesn't mean you're in the clear. All of us are feeling the heat. We are in the mid-80s right now, and it is just gross humidity, tropical air in place with our dew points that are in the upper 60s and low 70s. We're still looking at a significant damaging wind threat as well as large hail and flooding because of the very heavy rain coming in. National Design, our hour-by-hour forecast, there's the line. This is 5 p.m. So now we're talking about Sandusky, our local counties now, moving into the greater Cleveland area and along and west of I-71 through 6. It continues to march eastward, and that high wind threat continues to move into places like Akron, Ravenna, and Ashtabula through 7 o'clock. By 8 to 9 o'clock, it's out of here, okay? We start to see it clearing. So the good news is by tomorrow morning, we got no worries whatsoever, and hopefully not a lot to clean up. Jason has a look at the rest of your forecast from there.
The highlight from that, Betsy, too, is, again, hopefully not a lot to clean up here. This is what it looks like, at least on satellite and radar, behind the frontal boundary, as Betsy was just saying. Once this thing clears on out of here around 9-10 p.m. tonight, we got cooler, drier air filtering right back in behind that. That is that area of high pressure. Tomorrow on the hour, perhaps there could be a couple pops here happening in the early hours, but look what happens in the afternoon. We get more sunshine moving back in, and all in all, it will be a very pleasant end to the work week here. By the time we get to Friday afternoon, we'll be in the mid to low 70s across the region, and then mainly sunny skies, picturesque for both Saturday and Sunday, and we're stair-stepping warmer and warmer day by day, getting up to near 90 degrees in a week or so from now. We got much more to come after this.